The big BT switch off is happening in October 2025, and these are our frequently asked questions. The first one is, what does it mean? Essentially, if you have an older style analog copper line going into your building, that will stop working and you need to get it upgraded to the new digital system. It will affect you if you have an ISDN line or an analog phone line. The phone line is whether you're physically using it as a phone or you've got your ADSL broadband on that line. You'll need to get them upgraded. Upgrading's pretty simple. We can upgrade the line. You may or may not incur an installation fee from BT, but it's relatively straightforward and also really minimal downtime. Another question we get asked is, can they still use their old hardware and equipment? This is a difficult one to answer unless we actually know what it is. If you've got a basic phone and all it does is receive and make calls, then you can get a conversion so that will work on the newer system. But if you've got a full-blown phone system with a big box on the wall that controls it, we call it a PBX, then you probably will need to upgrade the system. What you don't want to do is, if your phone system is 15 or 20 years old, chuck money at it and then it's unreliable and it won't work properly anyway. So it's usually best just to upgrade. If you're unsure if your current phone system will work on the new digital network, please drop us a message or have a live chat now. We're more than happy. As long as you've got the make and the model of the system, we should be able to help you. The main question we get asked is, why are BT doing it? What's the point? Essentially, their network, is hit capacity, but also just digital is much more fluid. They can do a lot more with it. It's much more adaptable. And as technology evolves and changes, the system will too. An example being, video calls use a lot more data and a lot more traffic to make that video call. The analog line just hasn't got the capacity, the throughput to handle all of the movement that will be happening in the future as video calls become much more standard. Is digital free for making calls? Well, unfortunately, it's not. There are certain providers and platforms that will either give you an amount of free calls or unlimited free calls, but you will be paying for them in your cost per month. Usually though, it is slightly cheaper when it comes to making calls. Can you keep your number? Yes, no problem whatsoever. Usually takes 2 to 4 weeks to transfer your number over. That's because when you do the request, your old provider will need to give the permission, but you're never without your number. It just takes that amount of time to switch from one to the other. But once it jumps over, usually it's within minutes. So very, very little downtime. Another question we get asked is, what if the people can't find a similar phone to what they've got now? For example, an elderly person or someone that's visually impaired. BT have said that they will make an exception for vulnerable people. So if there is a specific person that they cannot switch to the digital for certain reasons, then you can contact BT and they will make a provision. Essentially, the digital system is what they want everyone on, but the analog system, they're not going to come along and dig up the roads and take away all the posts. They're still going to be there. They're just not wanting to use that platform. And then finally, is it hard to switch? No, not when you come with Syn-Star. Super easy. We get you to fill in a form with all of the details, or we can actually part fill it in if you send us your bills. It's so easy. We take care of everything, and we also offer a whole of market approach. Do you want headsets? Do you want physical phones? Do you just want to use a soft phone or a mobile app? We can help. So please click on the link. We'd love to have a conversation with you about how we can help you go from analog to digital.